Obviously, devastating news. I'm heartbroken, speechless, like gutted. We've been working so hard over here, everyone in this camp, and I just feel bad for everyone involved in this event, the whole undercard. Opportunity has been ripped from all of us, but I do value Mike's health first and foremost. Love that guy, I have so much respect for him, and I want Mike to be healthy. And he says he still is going to knock me out, and I bought myself some time. So Mike is still talking shit over there. But Mike, if you want to do this, like you said, behind closed doors, behind the scenes, you've said you want to do this in Q4. You just need a little bit of time. So I'm ready whenever you are. This is too big of an opportunity. I think this fight's going to change the world. And I turn all my L's into W's. That's a motto I live by. The universe makes no mistakes. So let's see what's in store. But sorry this didn't work out. To everyone, the fans, love you guys.
Jake Paul breaks down after being attacked by Mike Tyson for canceling the fight. The highly anticipated boxing match between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, originally set for July 20th, has been postponed. This decision came after Tyson experienced a flare-up of an ulcer, which required him to take a break from training on medical advice. Both fighters agreed that it was important for Tyson to have adequate time to recover and train properly to ensure a fair and competitive fight.
Give more hype around the event because it's more time for people to build up the suspense around that fight. Think of the Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk fight. They were scheduled for February or March and then only just fought a few weeks ago. And I believe there was a lot more hype around that event because it got postponed. This fight though, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, it's a bit of a stinker. Don't get me wrong, I would love to see Mike Tyson come out there and absolutely spark Jake Paul out cold. And I do believe Mike is going to have some success. But my original prediction was that I think Jake Paul's going to win via boring decision. I think Jake is going to win more of the rounds. Is he going to do it in spectacular fashion? Most likely not. I do have some faith in Mike Tyson being able to get through this fight and have some decent moments and have good movement still. But he's going up against a kid in Jake Paul who's 27 and in his prime, and he's had a few fights and he's got millions of dollars. He's got a good team.
The cancellation of the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight has sparked widespread discussion among fans and analysts. Many are disappointed, as the bout was highly anticipated and promised to be a thrilling clash between the young YouTube star and the legendary boxer. Concerns over Tyson's health, particularly his recent ulcer flare-up, have been the primary reason for the postponement. The fight has been rescheduled for later this year, and both fighters have expressed their commitment to delivering an unforgettable match.
Fortunately, the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson will not face off on July 20 as planned. Tyson's recent ulcer flare-up has limited his ability to train fully for the next few weeks. The fight will be rescheduled for a date later this year after Mike's able to resume training with no limitation, and both fighters can have equal time to prepare for this once-in-a-life matchup. Stay tuned for the new fight date to be announced at the end of the week. So the fight's cancelled. What the hell? Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight postponed to later date. Bro, what is this? Bro, what the hell is this nonsense? Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight postponed, bro. For real? Life can throw some punches. Bro, that's actually crazy. Nah, bro. Nah.
Postponing the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight is a strategic move that can significantly benefit both the fighters and the business side of the event. From a marketing perspective, the delay builds anticipation and suspense among the audience, heightening their interest and engagement. This increased hype can translate into higher viewership numbers and more substantial media coverage, ultimately boosting the event's profitability.
Around him. And a lot of people disagree with me saying this, but look what's happened now. Mike Tyson has had this ulcer flare up. He had to have the paramedics called. He wasn't even doing anything. He was sitting on a plane. At the end of the day, all respect to Mike. Big respect to him, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but Mike is verging on being an OAP. an old age pensioner. Okay, I'm exaggerating a little bit. Of course he's not, you look at how he moves and all that. Like, no OAP is doing anything close to Mike. In fact, Mike is super athletic. My point is, though, he's 30 years older than Jake Paul, and he's got health problems. If this doesn't make you realize that the Mike Tyson who's going to get in there with Jake Paul is not going to be the Mike Tyson of old. No, it's going to be the Mike Tyson.
In a surprising turn of events, Jake Paul is set to face Mike Perry on July 20th, 2024, instead of his highly anticipated bout with Mike Tyson. Paul stated, "When the Tyson fight was rescheduled, I knew I still wanted to fight on July 20th. Mike Perry is a proven knockout artist and a maniac in the ring. This is the perfect preparation for me to face Iron Mike." Perry, on the other hand, is eager to prove himself and sees this fight as a chance to make a significant impact. Jake Paul claims he fears no man, but on July 20th, the world will see the truth. As the fight date approaches, fans are eagerly anticipating what promises to be an intense and thrilling match. Will Jake Paul emerge victorious and ready for Tyson, or will Mike Perry derail his plans? Only time will tell.
Private school Perry. Private school Perry. Oh.
Yeah, I've had a plan this whole time, and I know Mike Tyson says everyone has a plan till they get punched in the face, but I like getting punched in my face, so my plan is coming together quite nicely.
That's because you're a fucking idiot. What makes me good at fighting is I don't like getting punched in the face, and I practice not to. That's what I'm going to teach you in the sport of boxing, you little bitch. This is not bare knuckle. Not a bunch of just old MMA fighters. MMA fighters just running around punching each other bare knuckle like some fucking hooligan.
Jake Paul has expressed deep respect for Mike Tyson, acknowledging Tyson's significant influence on his boxing career. Despite this admiration, Paul is determined to win their upcoming fight. He stated, "I love Mike. I'm super respectful of him. It's an honor to be in the ring with him, but I have to end him." This statement highlights the intense competitive spirit Paul brings to the match, emphasizing that while he respects Tyson, he is fully committed to securing a victory.
I love Mike. I'm super respectful. It's an honor to be in the ring with him, but I have to end him.
Excuse me, Jake? Dude, I think you need to realize really quickly who you're going up against. Sure, Mike Tyson is 57 years old, but saying that you're going to end this dude is almost as unhinged as he is. Dude is built like a brick house. He hasn't been in the ring for a long time, and I'm sure more than anything, he just wants to release all that anger on an influencer. I know you said you respect the dude, but saying that you're going to end Mike Tyson, bro, you need to keep your gloves up.
Teddy Atlas, renowned boxing trainer and commentator, weighed in on Jake Paul's decision to fight Mike Tyson. Atlas acknowledged Paul's courage and ambition, noting that stepping into the ring with a legend like Tyson is no small feat. He praised Paul's dedication to the sport and his willingness to take on such a formidable opponent. However, Atlas also cautioned that Tyson's experience and power should not be underestimated.
Jake Paul, he's on the way to building a legitimate boxing career. He's having real fights.
Part of it is what it's been from the beginning, trying to be the best fighter he can be and see where that takes him. At the same time, building a promotional company, maybe changing the sport a little bit in his mind too.
Yeah, I think at the core, he's a good person, and I wouldn't be surprised if part of his motivation for putting on this fight is knowing it will get eyeballs and being able to put on some of the other fighters there.
Teddy Atlas has commented on the upcoming fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, describing it as a very dangerous fight for Jake Paul. Atlas highlights that despite Tyson's age, he still possesses significant power and speed, making him a formidable opponent. He also mentions that Paul has more to lose in this fight, given Tyson's legendary status and intimidating presence.
The last things that go with a fighter is his power.
Yep.
I think this is a very dangerous fight for Paul.
Interesting.
I think he might be making a mistake because, first of all, for me, he don't got a lot other than money, and he's made plenty of money. There's not a lot to winning on his side, because if he wins, they say he's 58 years old.
Yep. That's right.
And if he loses, they say he's 58 years old. You lost to a 58-year-old guy. For me, he's got a lot more to lose than Tyson.
Oh, for sure.
A lot more. I mean, Tyson, whatever they're paying him, he's been making good money. He's come back, like I said, in his life. He's done a good job. Him and the people around him. I guess his wife is part of that, obviously, where they've done a good job to get him on the track they've gotten him on. And he seems to be in a good place in all ways. I know at one point he owed the government everything. He seems to be well past that. That's in his rearview mirror, where he's made plenty of money again in his career. But there's nothing to lose for Tyson. If he wins, he's even bigger than, in some way, people are going to thank him. Thank you for ending this charade, they're going to say. Thank you for teaching this guy that you're either a fighter or you're not a fighter. You can't go.
Moreover, as Mike Tyson's power and experience are legendary, and even at his age, he remains a formidable opponent. Jake Paul will need to be at his absolute best to stand a chance. Postponing the fight is in Jake's favor, as it gives him more time to prepare himself against Mike.
Taking this fight for stepping up to try to put an end to me, because that's what all these fighters have been trying to do, is end the YouTuber. And if Mike can do that, then he's a hero.
Is that the goal here? Are you trying to put an end to Jake Paul?
No, I really like Jake a lot, but once he's in that ring, you have to fight like his life is dependent on it, because it will be.
In the podcast of H3, podcast hosts have expressed skepticism about Jake Paul's decision to call out Mike Tyson. They argue that challenging a seasoned and legendary boxer like Tyson, even at his age, was a risky move that might not have been well thought out. The consensus seems to be that while Paul's confidence is commendable, he may have underestimated the physical and mental preparation required to face someone of Tyson's caliber. This postponement might give Paul more time to reconsider and prepare more thoroughly for such a formidable opponent.
Wait, Jake Paul-Tyson fight postponed, why?
Because of Mike Tyson had a medical emergency, if you can believe it.
Tyson's recent ulcer flare-up has limited his ability to train. You're fighting a guy with an ulcer, man.
Oh, man.
Fight will be rescheduled for a date later this year after Mike's able to resume training.
I think that's probably GG on that whole event.
That's what it sounds like.
Really.
If he's injured so much that he needs to bow out.
That he can't fly. He can't fly.
I don't even understand
It says he couldn't train fully.
What's an ulcer? I tried to Google it.
It's
just
like
an
a
open
sore in your
wound?
stomach.
Yeah.
Oh, it's always on. Okay.
Caused from stress or other gastro issues.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it happens, but yeah, it's just, like a lot of things, part of getting old, and Mike Tyson, he's a senior citizen, pretty much.
Tyson, 57, suffered an ulcer flare-up, leading to the decision to delay the fight. Tyson's been advised to do minimal to light training over the next few weeks. The fight, to be streamed on Netflix, will be scheduled this year at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. I mean, there's a lot of motivation to keep this fight going. We'll see, though. A new date is expected to be announced by next Friday. Previously purchased tickets will be honored, and refunds will be available via SeatGeek for those unable to attend. SeatGeek got that exclusive? That's crazy. Those guys have gone big. Tyson also confidently stated that Jake Paul will be knocked out when they finally meet. I'm gonna knock you out. Once my ulcer is healed, I'm gonna knock you out, Jake. Sorry, not good. Again, you gotta practice these stuff, The fight will feature the largest age gap in professional boxing history, with Jake being 27 and Tyson 58. What a fight! What a fight!
In a recent interview with TMZ Sports, a prominent Mexican boxer expressed his disinterest in the upcoming Jake Paul fight, dismissing it as mere entertainment rather than a genuine boxing match. He argued that such events lack the authenticity and competitive spirit that define true boxing. According to him, these matches are more about spectacle and media hype than showcasing real skill and athleticism.
Jake Paul getting in there versus Mike Tyson. Does it interest you, and how do you see that fight going down in July?
Not at all. Not at all.
Not really, not even interested.
No, nothing.
Do you think it's good for boxing? Not good for boxing?
No.
A lot of people
I
think that Netflix is good for boxing.
I think Netflix is good for boxing, but at that special fight, I think Netflix is doing something wrong there. I think Netflix being involved, yes, is good, but no in that kind of fights. I think it's more show than a fight.
UFC President Dana White recently expressed strong disapproval of the proposed fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. He criticized the significant age gap between the two fighters, noting that Tyson, at nearly 58 years old, should not be competing against a 27-year-old like Paul. White voiced concerns about Tyson's health and argued that the fight is more about creating a spectacle than genuine competition. He also highlighted that when Paul faced a boxer of similar age and experience, he lost, underscoring the mismatch in this proposed bout.
Like, if I brought up fucking Jake Paul, pretty much everybody in the room and the other room wants to see Jake Paul get knocked out. You got the reason why you hope Tyson would pull this off? Or
did you help set that up? Because I know you're close with Tyson.
God, no. God, no. When this fight happens, Tyson will be 58 fucking years.
I'm worried about him.
Under any circumstances, a fucking almost 60-year-old man shouldn't be fighting a 27-year-old fucking guy under any circumstances, even if it's Mike Tyson. So it's fucking ridiculous. When he actually fought somebody who was a boxer, who had the same type of record he has, who is his age,
Tommy,
and who is his size, he fucking lost.
Yeah.
So they're never gonna go that fucking route again. I saw some guy the other day say, when are you gonna stop fighting gimmick fights? You gonna call Mike Tyson a gimmick?
Well, yeah. It is a gimmick fight, but if I'm him, I would never.
If you got people that are fucking dumb enough to pay for that shit, and fucking, you know,
well, it's on Netflix.
good
You don't
for
even
you.
have to pay now.
Huh?
It's on Netflix. You don't even have to pay.
And,
Like,
brilliant move too, because you don't have to go pay. Everybody has fucking Netflix, so just turn it on. Fuck it. I'll turn it on and see what happens. I love Mike Tyson.
Okay.
He's fucking almost 60 years old.
So you just worry for
You know
his
what I
health.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. My
He still
fucking
looks-
back is killing me today. Killing me. I have no idea why. I guess it's because I'm 50 fucking 4. You know what I mean? I'm 54, so I guess that's why my back is fucking killing me today. This guy's 27. He's in his fucking prime as a human.
Yeah.
And it's fucking
But the internet
And I love
explodes.
Mike, and nobody wants to see Mike get beat by this fucking jerk off. You know what I mean?
During a recent episode of the Better podcast, the host emphasized the need for realism when discussing the potential fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. While interviewing Jake Paul, the host pointed out the significant age difference and the physical toll that years of boxing have taken on Tyson. He urged listeners to consider Tyson's health and the potential risks involved in such a matchup.
You know, there comes a point in time where you gotta be realistic, and you might be taking a big bite
of his ear.
God damn it!
Yeah, it is. It is. I am biting off a lot. This is definitely the toughest, most savage, lethal opponent, regardless of age, because the power is the last thing to go. But the reaction and reception of it has been insane. Like, I almost can't even believe it. So very surreal and very, very, very grateful for all of
when
that.
you receive one of them punches.
Yeah, we're gonna see. Well, I want to see how hard he hits, Mike. I really want to see, bro. Let's see all the legends, the myths, because you're Iron Mike Tyson, but I have an iron chin. People know that. Like, I take shots, so I think people are underestimating me being able to deal with his power, and that is something that is going to make it interesting. Obviously,
There's no nerves in you at all about this.
No, not at all. I'm excited. Like, I literally can't wait to look across the ring and see him and give him a fucking death stare.
Well, how was it the first? You guys.
Jake Paul became visibly furious when a reporter asked Mike Tyson in which round he planned to knock out Paul. The question seemed to strike a nerve, as Paul felt it was disrespectful and undermined his abilities as a fighter. He responded with a heated defense of his skills and determination, emphasizing that he is not to be underestimated. Paul's reaction highlighted the tension and high stakes surrounding the proposed fight, as well as his desire to be taken seriously in the boxing world. That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.